Hello, welcome to Maddie Makes, and today we're going to concentrate on self-striping yarn. Now, I spun this a few months back, and I want to recreate it in a different colorway. This one I used a natural brown and a white that I dyed turquoise and green, and then I spun them in a certain manner. We'll get to that later, but let's create a couple bats that we can use to make some self-striping yarn. The colors I have chose for our endeavor are the fibers I have chose for endeavor is this lovely dark gray long wool. This stuff is so pretty. Let's kick it up here. See, it has this nice big curl to it and curly ends. It's a mixed breed long wool, so I'm not sure exactly what its breeds are, but that's a good 5 inches. And there's some pieces in there that are longer. And it spins up super fast and fun. And it is still, I would say it's more of a smooth fiber than it is a soft fiber, because it is a medium weight. So we are going to make a bat out of this for our natural color. And then we'll reach into the beautiful IKEA bag of dyed long wool and come up with this beautiful purple and blue. Now this stuff was at the bottom of the bag. I pulled it to the top so you all could see it. It's a little bit matted together. Or compacted, not really matted, compacted. So we are going to break it apart. I do have the trusty swing picker here and the drum carder here. So I'll take you down and we're just making another bat of this. And for this one, for added complexity, I'm going to make a 3-ply. I'm not sure how thick it's going to be, but we'll do a 3-ply self-striping yarn. Super excited. Okay, I'm gonna get to pulling this apart and making up a bat. Now I have about 2 ounces of fiber of this beautiful gray to make a bat, and each bat half of the bat will go to one ply of the yarn and the half of the bat will go to the other, and I'll show you how I break all those down before we sit at the spinning wheel. So let's just make up this beautiful bat already. Don't drink too much potion when operating fiber processing equipment. But a little bit of potion makes you brave. Use a stick. Gotta recommend stick. Fingers and tines don't mix. Now I'm gonna run this through the drum carder like 3 times. So I won't painfully take you through this whole process. I'll be back when I have a bat. I'm just gonna weigh out 2 ounces. That's in grams. Ounces. Rip. I'm just gonna aim for more of the purple than the blue. There's 2 ounces. So you get a good view. 2 ounces of fiber looks like. It's quite a bit. I have a bag set up and we're just going to start pulling through this stuff. Alright, I am going to put on a video, hence these, and get through this bag. And like the other one, I'll run it through 2 or 3 times for whatever looks good. Welcome back. Both bats fully done, fully fluffy. And let me show you how to break them down to make this self-striped yarn. Now, since there's 4 ounces of fiber here, we only want 2 on our bobbin. So there's enough to make a 2-ply yarn here. First thing we're gonna do is lower the camera so you can actually see me. All right, got you in a better position. So we have these big, beautiful bats. To make our yarn, we are going to pull the bat in half, one for one bobbin, one for another. So just put this one aside. Okay. Then out of this half, we are going to rip it into 3 strips because we're going to do 3 color changes. Keep them as even as you can. If you want this really even, weigh each set. I'm not going to do that. I want a little play between each color, so they'll pull, they'll barber pull, they'll pull, they'll barber pull throughout. Okay. So I'm going to rip each one into thirds. All right, and it's okay if they're a little uneven for what I'm doing. Oh, I just love how this one turned out. It's like, oh. There, right. So 1. That really is satisfying. I really enjoy that. Okay, and my plan is to start with the purple and in with the gray, or the purple blue and in with the gray, because you're going to get both blue and purple. It looks better in person. You can see the blue more in person. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to rip these in half, and each half is going to be one of my color changes. Trying to get them pretty even. Do not cut them in half. Okay, pull them in half. There you go. Right? So we're going to start 1, 2. So I'm just going to line these up on my table, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. As we pull each of these bits into half. So we'll have 6 color changes. Yeah, not the evenness, but like I say, I personally want barber pulling in this one. I love this fleece. This fleece makes me so happy. That being said, I will put bats of this on my website so you can pick up your own approximately 2 ounce bit of fiber. So if you want to try doing this yourself, you can. The example I showed you at the beginning of the video, that was a 2-ply. This will be a 3-ply. Hopefully it'll look similar. So we'll see. I guess it's an experiment, right? We'll see how it looks. So I'm just organizing them. All right, so I'm going to start here. Do purple, gray, purple, gray, purple, gray, and then it goes, I have several right there because I needed more room. Like I said, this is what we had. I showed you at the beginning. And I'll pop a picture in here of the headband I made with it. Made a lovely ear warmer. I spun this thick. Don't think I'm going to spin this as thick. So the 3-ply will end up probably with a similar thickness as this one. You see how it barber pulls and then it pulls? I did a lot of the brown pulling. And that's a natural color, chocolate brown. Okay, so let's get spinning. I was watching a bit of the stitchery while doing this, so watching fabric by playing with yarn sounds good. And if any of you have noticed, if you watch my previous videos, these cupboards are full of something different now. They were fabric, now they're beads. And yes, I will put beads onto yarn in a future video. I have plans to do that. There's a lot of prep work involved, so That's a future one. And then finding a faster, better way of doing it than current thoughts. Because if there's a better way of doing it, I will find it. Anyway, I am done with the purple blue, and we are going to add this gray. Some shiny in it. I'm thinking something doesn't belong. Nope, that does not belong. That almost felt like plastic. Okay. Anyway, I left the end floofy. So you leave the end floofy. Get the twist going again. Lay them together. This instantly just wants to jump. And let the floof meet the floof. Pull them out together. Hopefully you can see that. I just let them line up. So one's wrapped around the other. And you can barely tell. It's a good join. And this fiber just wants to draft very, very easily. So I'm going to put a lot of twist in it. And work really hard not to pull this apart. And it's going very, very thin. I said I wanted to spin it thinner than the other one. And we are. I didn't bring Bunny down here, so we can't test the wraps, but this is when I do a quick ply back test here. Oh, I need more twist in it. That's fingering weight, maybe a little smaller. So it should work out really good as a 3-ply. Like I said, I'm going for something a little heavier. DK weight, so a number 3. I'm okay if it's a number 4 because we're just going to do a headband. This stuff drafts so easily. And I'll have it listed as mixed breed long wool. Gray, natural gray. Yeah, because I need to get rid of some of the fiber in here. And I always wanted to be a mill, and I have all the equipment necessary, just in hand form. So I'm just going to become a mini mill. I have 9 fleeces still in the garage that need to make their way to get cleaned and put in here. 2 are the ancestors of this. Well, I guess all 4 of them are the ancestors of this one, of these 2. One is white. And the fiber is really close to what I have dyed purple there. And 2 are dark gray like this one. And one of them's like a tan and light gray. Super neat. That's something I'd like to upgrade and actually get a wool washing center going like a mill. Those big metal tubs that are divided into 3. I think they're metal. There is a Halsey is just south of us, and they have a mill there. I'll try to link her in the bio. She's also a YouTuber. I'm gonna go visit her and check out her equipment. Not that I have that much room for it, but you know, anything can be possible in the future. Start out with my hand mill, then work my way through. I just want to be able to teach these crafts, and if you're teaching them, it's nice to have something to actually use them on. And this stuff spins up so easy. So for a starter fleece, like if you've never spun before, this would be a great first fleece to try out because it just slides. But being a long wool, it's a little more slippery. Just gotta put a little more twist in it. Not like a short staple, but more twist than something that had more grip to it. It's all shiny, so pretty. Well, I have a lot to spin up. You can see this working out on the bobbin. Through the magic of filming and being interrupted by a spammer, here are the 3 singles, all sitting side by side. big bobbins on the wheel. Hopefully I got that on there. And we are going to spin it clockwise. Yes, we're going to spin it clockwise. Not like I have it here, but we're going to spin it clockwise. Because we spun the rest counterclockwise. Ooh, those are the things to remember. One, two, and through these we spun purple, gray, purple, gray, purple, gray. Oh, and I found all the ends first thing. I love that. Okay. All the ends, got them together. They got together. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, I'm just pulling it even. Because usually there's some thin spots. Being hand spun, it's not 100% consistent. And again, Bunny's upstairs. Okay. This is heavier than a fingering, so it should be good. I have to measure it to see if it's actually DK weight. It might be a little shy of that. And you can see the design flaw here, because these can easily catch the singles. So I'm going to keep my right hand high and my left hand low. And stop for when something's double backed on itself. Come on, come out. Looks good. It's plying back on itself a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm just looking down between my hands to see if I don't have any double backs, because I don't want this to be 5-ply. That would be weird. I mean, I've done a 5-ply before, but that was intentional. We wanted a big fat chunky yarn, and I could not get that beautiful Jacob to spin fat and chunky. It wanted to spin lace, or again, it could be me. I just want to spin very, very fine. Okay, again, have a little bit of a ply back issue. I don't know if you can see that. A little different angle here. It's plying back on itself, which means there's enough energy in it that's good, but I don't want it to get into the actual plying. And it's really starting to bundle up there, so we're gonna switch it over here, because the pegs on a Spinolution, you bounce back and forth. Help me by liking, subscribing, and leaving comments. That is the best way you can help my channel. And if you want to grab something for yourself, I do have an online shop. And I am going to do my best to get some more fiber on there, because right now there's only a little bit. And I have lots of fiber that I can get on there and share with you guys. Oh, did you you moved yourself? Okay, that's a trick. It jumped pegs by itself, but it's in a good spot, so I'm liking that trick. Well, 2 of them were almost even. And that one, yep, I wound up putting it on the stand for my sewing machine. So it worked really well, actually. And then I had these two. This one, I must have made those bats a lot bigger because I still have a whole thing of purple under there, gray, purple, and gray and another purple. So, yeah, making a plying bracelet. So I'm gonna try to work it this way. Wish me luck. All right, I worked through the other two bobbins and this is what's left. So I am gonna take my life in my own hands and chain ply because that's not something I do a lot of. This is gonna be fun. Say hi. Daffy, say hello, people. Sapphire. Hi, Sapphire. Who's my kitty? You gonna spin? Kitty spin? Right, so the purple here, I chain plied. So there's a loop. So I'm gonna use it as the first loop to anchor in the other piece. Haha, cause I can. Okay. Loop it through. And don't get it all tangled. Yeah, this is definitely going to work. I have no idea how this is supposed to work. Okay, loop through. How do people do this in one fluid motion? Come on. Fly, catch. Oh, that worked. I have no rhythm. See, we just pulled through my fingers. Okay, no rhythm. Pull, pull. Come on. Okay, and then I grab the next loop. It's already partially pulled through. That's how we do it. And pull everything taut. Yes, Sapphire. Are you helping? You're not helping, honey. I did it. This is not going to be pretty, but it will be plied. But watch me and do it for yourself because frankly, this type of thing, you don't know how to do it until you try. I really think it's just attempt. Of course, that's spinning all in itself. Try. If it doesn't work, you're only out the wool in your time, right? As the cat sings her songs. So you don't have to listen to the rest of the cat howling. I'm going to finish up this bobbin and then we'll work on the final product. Okay, it rested overnight. Time to put it on the nitty naughty of sorts because I have a cool contraption that goes on here. So let's get to it. Start by popping this part off. That out. Just gonna swap them out here just so it has a nice base to sit on. Oop. Okay, save that, we're gonna need it. I call them my antlers. Kind of fun, right? Kind of remind me of moose antlers. Lock them together. Flip them around. They're notched out to accommodate for the sides. And do I have enough room to do this? Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, they're notched out to accommodate for it, but they really don't need to be on this one. This will fit different sizes of the Spinolution. The bullfrog's just has a big carriage, doesn't it? Okay, slide on. This just keeps it from coming out the front. And it's free spinning. If I go around these ones, it's 2 yards. If you go inside, you can make mini skeins that are 1 yard. Okay, made a little half bow there. Seeing if I feel where I chain plied it. You don't really. I was thinking it'd be more obvious. Chain plying is not something I do a lot of, but if you didn't have much fiber and you wanted to do a self-striping yarn, like if you only had like a half an ounce of 2 different colors or an ounce of 2 different colors, chain ply it. Should work really well. If you notice, what I'm pulling off now is what was chain plied, and it's holding true to color, other than like 1 or 2 chains that are where I merged the 2 colors. Probably not even 2, probably just 1. Now I'm not going to count these going on because that would be a lot of work. Okay, now we're in the gray. I do have to say I like the way it plied together better as a true 3-ply. All right, I got her all up on this, you know, nice equivalent to the nitty knotty here. And I tied off 3 of the sides. This is both ends came together, so I wrapped them through in a butterfly, did the other one. So I was just gonna, you can see my hands really good? Yeah, I was just gonna show you how I did the butterfly on them. So this is like 2 pieces of cotton. I just got it off of something else, but it's basically 2 pieces of a fingering weight or lighter cotton. I take about 1/3 off the side, thread part through. Okay, then so there's only a few inches there. The long tail goes back through the opposite way, so it loops around. Then you pull up the next 1/3 here. And this piece goes up, back around, through the hole again. So you have both legs on either side of the center 1/3. And right or left, basic overhand knot. And then I loopy-loop and make a little bow. This way, I can untie them later and not cut them, because I much prefer to untie instead of clip and accidentally clip something I shouldn't. So there it all is. We find the narrow side. Here it goes. This one's lower. And very gently slide it off, just a little bit at a time. Just letting it fall off the front a little bit at a time. This is pretty tight. There it goes. Then taking it off all the way. Now let me zoom you out so you actually see this whole humongous thing. Alrighty, so here's the whole skein. It's slightly, so it's twisting, so it's slightly over twisted. There's still some energy in it. When I wash it, I'll put a little weight on there, and that should take care of that, because it's not that extreme. Whew. This is the first part I was plying together, so it was pure gray. And then through it, it goes 2 grays, 1 purple, or 2 purples, 1 gray. And then there's a couple parts inside where all 3 of them are the same color. Then we flip it to the last bit I plied, where I ran out of 2 of the spools and just had 1 left. I chain plied, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections that are pure purple or gray. So this would be really fun to turn into just about anything. It Looks like a little heavier than a finger weight, maybe a DK. But we'll find out after I wash it and it fluffs up. The wool is all washed, super soft, and I gave her a measure. It is 463 yards and weighs almost 6 grams, y'all. Or 6 ounces. That's 6 ounces is a lot of wool. So it is huge. It is gorgeous. So I took it to Mr. Bunny here, and it said they're between 14 and 11 reps per inch. So, yeah, fingering to DK. So not bad at all. And you can see more blue in it now. The blue and the purple. So there you go, self-striping yarn. And if you want to keep true stripes, chain ply. I hate to say it, but you know, if you want true stripes, chain ply. If you want it a little heathered and just all over the place, do a true ply. Super fun. Hope everyone gives it a shot. Bye. If you don't see what you're looking for in there, just let me know. You're like, I see it behind you, but it's not in the shop. It's just because I haven't put it in the shop yet.